I was in 10th grade when this happened. It was the last day of school, and everyone was signing yearbooks. Nothing unusual, just laughter, signatures, and people making summer plans. I'd just gotten my yearbook and was flipping through it, smiling at the usual awkward photos. But when I got to the sophomore portraits, I noticed something weird. There was a picture of a student I didn't recognize. Black hoodie, face kind of blurry, like they moved when the photo was taken. No name, just a blank space beneath it. I thought it was a printing error at first, but when I showed my friends, they all had the same picture in their books too. The same blank name, the same eerie, unfocused face. One of my friends joked that it was the ghost of a dropout, but something about it just bothered me. I took the yearbook to our vice principal and asked who it was. She flipped through it, paused, and her face dropped. She took the book and said, "This is going to the printer. Must be a mistake." Then she told me not to worry about it. But I did worry. That night, I posted the photo to a small Facebook group for our class. "Anyone know this guy?" I asked. 10 minutes later, a private message popped up from an anonymous account. It just said, "Don't ask again. We see you now." The account vanished right after. The next morning, I opened my yearbook again, and the photo was gone, like literally missing. The page had been replaced, taped over. The print job looked fake, rushed. I asked around, and others said their books looked normal. But I know what I saw, and I still have that blurry picture saved on my phone. I never uploaded it again. But sometimes when I'm scrolling through my gallery, it shows up for a split second, like it's still there, hiding in the background. On the last day of my senior year, I had to stay behind after school to clean out some supplies in the art room. Everyone else had left. It was just me and the echo of empty hallways. It was weirdly quiet. No laughter, no teachers. Just the faint hum of the lights and the occasional locker door slamming somewhere far off. I was organizing paintbrushes when I heard something soft, like humming. It was coming from the back corner of the room near the storage closet. I thought maybe someone else was still there, so I called out, "Hello?" The humming stopped instantly. I walked toward the closet. The door was slightly open, but the lights inside were off. I pushed it open slowly, and no one was there. Just canvases and paint cans. But the humming started again, this time from the other side of the room. When I turned around, there was a girl standing by the window. Black hair, pale face. She was wearing our school's old uniform, one we hadn't used in years. She looked out of place, too still, too quiet. I tried to speak, but my throat went dry. When I finally managed a, "Hey," she didn't even turn around. Then she whispered something, barely audible. I never left. And when I blinked, she was gone. No footsteps, no sound, just empty space where she had been. I left everything and ran. Later, I asked a teacher about it. She got really quiet and said, "That room was shut down years ago after a student." She trailed off. "Never mind. Just enjoy your summer." But I couldn't stop thinking about it. I checked the old yearbooks. The girl I saw, she was in the class of 2003. She died the same week as graduation. No one talks about it. But every year, on the last day, some students claim they see a girl by the window in the art room, still waiting for her name to be called. This happened to my cousin, but I trust him completely. He was in 8th grade, and it was his last day of middle school. The final bell rang. Everyone rushed out like always, but he realized he'd left his hoodie in the gym locker room, so he doubled back, alone. The halls were empty now, lights flickering a bit, janitors starting to move around. He headed into the gym and then into the locker room. That's when he noticed it. A backpack on the bench that wasn't his. Open. Looked old, like really old. Faded colors, broken zipper, like it had been sitting there for years. Inside was a notebook, handwritten, torn pages. He said the entries were from a kid named Nathan. The journal talked about how he hated being ignored, that no one noticed when he stopped showing up to class. that even the teachers didn't seem to care. The last entry said, "Tomorrow is my last day. Maybe then they'll see me." My cousin looked up, and there was someone standing by the showers. A boy, thin, wearing a uniform from the early 2000s, just staring. He didn't speak, just tilted his head and slowly pointed to the door. My cousin didn't ask questions. He dropped the notebook and ran. He told the school counselor about it the next week when summer programs started. She went quiet, then said, "That name sounds familiar." A few days later, she called his parents and said that a student named Nathan had gone missing years ago, on the last day of school, but no one ever found anything. It was like he just vanished. The weirdest part, when they went back to check the locker room, the backpack was gone. But later that summer, my cousin swears he saw that same backpack, sitting in the corner of the school's lost and found bin. Dusty, still zipped halfway open. No one ever claimed it, and no one ever saw Nathan again.